Hey
Here
y'all.
we here.
What it is?
Hey,
Guess what? Duke can do the show. His shit ain't all over the place. I'm here. Nothing went wrong, people. Nothing went wrong. I got my mic set up. It ain't broken. Keyboards and all that stuff was working. Everything's still connected, so we're good to go. Just saying, we're good to go.
it was it was beautiful. I didn't have to I wasn't pacing. I didn't have my defib ready. I had my blood pressure cut ready. It was good. I was just chilling. And you know it was good because the chat was our text was pretty quiet. When nobody texting nothing. It was
Yeah,
pretty quiet. So you know it was a good game. What up,
yeah,
Gotti?
What's up, man? Michi stuck in traffic, Red. He'll probably
yeah.
be
He'll
here.
be he'll be on the show.
Yeah.
Hey, but hey, don't hey, Jessica, she ain't here. Don't be all talking about dang it. We here.
Yeah, for
Okay.
real. We
He gonna
here.
be and even when he get it, he got to stand outside the Star Major office
Yeah,
before
he
he get
got
on the show.
reports in South Major when they get here anyway. So he got
Yeah. What up,
hey,
Rod, man? What's going on, baby?
What
What's
up,
up?
Rod?
Rod,
Yeah,
what's going
man.
on? So hey, let's just go ahead and get into it, man. We know
That's right.
meet you can jump in when they get here. So Gotti, what
Mm-hmm.
does the 31-0 shutout say about where the Eagles team is at right now? What does it say about us?
I mean, it don't really. It don't. I'm not gonna say it don't say much, man. I mean, it was the Raiders, but I'm like this, man. The Raiders are an NFL team, right? They even if they're not operating fully collectively, they didn't do anything at all. And even when we were, having problems like on offense as a whole or defense as a whole, at least we had some plays or some players that stood out. They didn't have anything at all. But I just think that this was a good time for our defense to, pick up the pieces where they've been leaving off. The offense to kind of work on some things, to get some things established. Work on the fundamentals. Like the penalty ratio was awesome yesterday. I think we had like maybe like 35 yards in penalties or something like that. So as far as the discipline got a lot better. All the penalties we've been having in the past. So I think it's just a good time. You can take it for what it is, but I think it was just a good time for everybody to get back out on the field where it counted, like opposed to practice and everything, and just take care of all the fundamentals. Work as a cohesive team and accomplish the goal. Good thing it wasn't against somebody like the Bills. Do it against the Raiders to where you can afford to make mistakes or whatever. Pick back up on it next play, next series. But I just think this was just a way for us to get our feet back wet again and work on those fundamentals in real time. That's right. A win is a
Yeah,
win.
A win is a win. That's right. What you think, Duke?
right. Hey, hey, bottom line is, as much as I hate to dog them, I don't really want to dog them because when the girls beat them, I was like, yeah, but it's the Raiders, so I can't double back and be like, yeah, but I mean, we beat them to death because it is just the Raiders. But I'm gonna double back and be like, yeah, we beat the shit out of them. I don't care. Yeah, I don't give a damn if it was the Raiders. Yeah, I'm gonna double back. So what? You know what I'm saying? Bottom line is, hey, when it's all said and done, they are a team full of professionals.
That's
Point
right.
blank period. Now, rather how good or bad they are, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know why? Because guess what? We play who's in front of us. And
Yep.
that's just what it
100%.
is. Because guess what? If they'd have beat us, they'd have been like, well, I zooming in pretty good. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? A win is a win. I'm cool with it. Now, I will say, like Gotti said, you know what I'm saying? There are some things that I feel like we could have done even better. But the things that we messed up on, those are the things that we are able to fix in this game. So all the pre-snap penalties and all that stuff, I feel like that this is a game that we can clean these up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Sal earlier today sent us a text saying that we were the first team in, I don't know if it's in history or what up, but
This
every
year, the
single
first team.
every
Yep.
sack. Oh, okay, first team this year to sack every single, or not sack, but tackle every single time that we were supposed to be tackling. Like we didn't miss a tackle the
We
entire
didn't miss
game.
one
So
tackle.
my thing is, they're the Raiders. Yeah, we got Kenny Pickett, but they do got Mason Crosby. You know what I'm saying? They got good people on our team. So when it's all said and done, I mean, I just feel like it was a tune-up game. We needed it. That sparks things that can potentially happen later on in the future with us. And every team needs that one good game. Like the Giants had it against us. You know what I'm saying? This, at a third. So I feel like I said earlier, I just feel like this game was a good tune-up game, and this is a game that could potentially, like Gotti said earlier, start some momentum for us later on down the road, and to where we can kind of get things going. And if it took the Raiders to get us to go there, good. Thank you, Raiders. Appreciate you. But our bottom
Yep.
line is, I don't care who you are, what team you are, we beat you, and we needed that. We needed that to show our team these are the things that we can do against better teams, and how we can do these things statistically, fundamentally, get all that stuff out the way, and go out there and play a better role next game. That's what I
Yep.
think.
We
You wanna
talked
hear
about
some
that.
cool?
We talked about the last podcast. We talked about hopefully getting a big enough lead or whatever that we can do. We can just start doing some different things in this game. Start working on some
Right.
different stuff. And
Right.
it was, like I said, a win is a win. Like I said, this is a great momentum boost for both sides of the ball, even the coaches. You know what I'm saying? A win like this. And statistically speaking, I don't know if everybody knows this, but the Raiders got skunked twice this season. But the same score, 31-0.
I was just about to say that. By the two teams that went to the Super
By the
Bowl.
two teams with the Super Bowl, Kansas City
Yep.
Chiefs and us, both beat them 31-0.
That's right.
That's crazy.
So hats off. Hats off to the team. We did a great job. A win is a win.
That's right.
Now, saying that, why did it click off like that? Oh boy, technical difficulties over here.
What are we doing? It should be slide number 3. Or overlay
Yeah,
number
I'm
3,
clicking
should I
on
say.
it. It ain't popping up.
All right, there we go.
There you go. Something new.
Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So what was the most complete team performance? Was this the most complete performance we've seen all year, Duke? All season for the Eagles?
Well, statistically, yes, because I want to say what Jalen had like a 150 pass rating or something like that, or QBR or something like that. So statistically, he did. For the defense to not let a team go out there and score any points. You know what I'm saying? Constantly 3 and outs and never scored and all that. I feel like it's a complete game. But again, we have to look at it and say, yes, the Raiders. Had it not been the Raiders, could have been the same way. Who knows? But guess what? I don't give a damn. It was against the Raiders, and guess what? It is what it is. So it wasn't a complete game. Yeah, I feel like this is one of the most complete games. I feel like, anytime your defense don't give up no points at all, the entire game, and you go out there and you put up 31 points, absolutely is a complete game.
Yeah, I think this is the one game right here where both offense and defense both complemented each other on this game right here. What do you think, Gotti?
I definitely, man. We're not going to go out there and there's not going to be a game. We go out there, there's not going to be no incomplete passes, no sacks. They got a sack on Jalen Hurts yesterday. That's to be expected. So to say, yeah, Jalen Hurts got sacked, he didn't play a great game. Yes, he did. I'm not saying anybody said that, but to have a game like that, a shutout, 31 points. I predicted 40 points, but I think we could have got that if the backup didn't come in. But I think because Hurts hurt his ankle, or whatever. I think we would have been close to putting up 40 yesterday. But as a whole, as a complete whole, I do think this is like one of the most complete games. Special teams, offense, defense. But there's one thing I did not like, and it was a coaching decision. Did y'all have any coaching decisions y'all didn't like yesterday?
None that I can think of.
I'm gonna tell you what mine was. There was 25 seconds left in the half, right? We had the ball. And they ran Saquon Barkley on some little bullshit play, right? So in that time, with 25 seconds left, there's 2 options you should be doing. One, maybe going down the field and you'll take a shot down the field, either try to score a touchdown or a field goal, right? If you're not going to do that, run the clock out. Why would you run the clock out with a play to Saquon Barkley opposed to just kneeling the ball?
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Why take a risk?
Yeah.
If your goal was just to run the clock out, why would you run Saquon Barkley, and risk him getting hurt? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can say, oh, it's only one play. How many plays does it take to get hurt?
That's all it takes.
That's
all it takes is one.
So if your intent was to run the clock out, you should just kneel down on the ball and took it in to the locker room for halftime. I don't know how many times I've seen like It's like 10 seconds left. They throw a Hail Mary, and then somebody's out for the season because of a dumb play. It's 10 seconds, you know you're not going to score. But if the intent was to just run the clock out, just kneel on the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What if you'd have fumbled the ball and they'd have picked it up and scored a touchdown?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anything could have happened. Anything could have happened on that.
Anything could happen, right? So you don't do it until you do it, right? Saquon Barkley didn't fumble until he fumbled.
That's
know
right.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I just think that was
at the worst opportune time.
Worst opportune time, but you never know what it is, right? So I just don't think that was out of all the things that was going right. I think that was like a fly in the ointment to try to encompass everything on the offensive, defense, and the coaching. I think that was a negative on the coaching that kind of brung the vibe down a little bit as far as a perfect game. But I just think that was a terrible decision.
Yeah, I feel you on that because like you said, anything could have happened. Somebody could have got hurt. So did the Eagles dominate more on talent, preparation, or execution, Gotti?
I think it was execution. We've been had the talent. I think we've been, I think our preparation has always been good, but we just haven't been executing these for most of the season consistently. Win here, lose. So we have the personnel, we have the preparation, we have the intelligence with the coaches. We just haven't been executing. We see how we got our ass whooped against Chicago. They just ran all over us. We couldn't execute the defenses that was put in front of us. We couldn't shed blocks. We couldn't make tackles. A couple weeks ago, we fumbling the ball. You know what I'm saying? It's the execution. We got two of the most talented people on the team fumbling the ball. So it's not the lack of talent that hasn't been showing up. It's just the execution that hasn't been showing up in those past few games. But they showed up yesterday. So they finally put everything together, packaged it all up. Everybody did what they had to do each play. Even the line, like we didn't have all those pre-snap penalties and everything like we've been having all these couple weeks. Dumb plays like offensive pass interferences and all that stuff. We didn't have any of that stuff this week. So I think it's a big up to the execution from the players, also from the coaches, with the exception of what I said earlier. But that's just one thing. But they're still out there doing their thing too. The coordinators, the coaches, making those good decisions, putting the right people in the right places where they need to be. So that's a big up to the execution portion of it.
Yeah, you think,
I'm with Gotti. I'm with Gotti. Same thing, because the talent has always been there. I'm not saying that we're more dominant on talent because like I said earlier, a wide receiver is wide receiver. You got picked 5th round. Most receivers got picked first, anywhere between the 1st and 5th round normally. So the talent is there. The preparation, both teams prepared for the game all week, just like we did. So, I mean, there were some points, what I'm saying, that maybe their execution on their preparation wasn't right, as far as when it pertains to the Raiders. But our preparation was pretty much the same. Like they studied the film, we studied film, so I feel like it's the same. But the execution part, when it comes to playing the game, was critical, and I feel like we dominated more in that area than they did. And again, like Gotti said, mainly because we were all the way up until this week. We're pre-snap penalties, just stupid stuff, like things that we know that we should not do, making coaching decisions, call bad plays. But even if the play calling is bad, then the people still have to execute. But we're not out here dropping balls. We're not out here dropping balls this week. AJ bobbled one in the end zone, but he caught it. I'm saying, thank God. And everything was just working. So the execution portion of our game, I feel like, just completely and totally dominated them. And that's a stone cold reflection of the score. So if they would have executed the way they should have, guess what? Maybe they would have, not had overthrown passes. That's on Kenny Pickett. Maybe drop balls. That's on the receivers. You know what I'm saying? O-line not bottlenecking the running back, so the running back can probably run the ball. So all that stuff is about execution. So like I said, bottom line, up front, we dominated as far as execution is concerned. That's in my book. I'm curious to know how he's saying, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna probably say the same thing.
We even had some, Dayla had some desire runs in there. Like we haven't seen that in the past few games, but he had some desire runs. He even had some desire run yesterday. Also, last 3 games we lost. Just saying, last 3 games we lost, AJ was always over 100 yards. This time he had 2 catches for like 41 yards and a touchdown, and we won. You see you see where I'm getting back.
I think
if you're listening,
Jalen,
brother,
I
Come
think
on now,
Jalen was.
AJ.
I think Jalen was like, "Look, I'm just gonna play football, and if he get it, he
Yeah,
get it. He don't, he don't." And I think that's what happened. And he got it when Jalen thought it was his time to get it, and when it wasn't, he didn't get it. So it didn't. I didn't see any forced balls to him. Actually, even that touchdown was kind of sketchy. It was three people back there, but that
right.
pass was on the money. But
Yeah,
I just
pass
felt
on the
like,
money.
yeah, I just felt like that Jalen was just like, hey, I'm gonna play football. I don't care if you cry. If it's for you, it's for you, and if it's not, it's not. And
Yeah, I mean, because like we always said, people ain't gonna remember, how many 1,000-yard seasons you may have. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna remember
right,
all that, but they gonna remember
Yeah,
the Super Bowls. That's what they gonna remember. You're a Super Bowl champion.
that's right.
That's what they're gonna
Now,
remember.
question. I got a question for RJ in Ohio. So, question, and this is just me, but when Jalen Hurts threw that touchdown to AJ Brown, and Jalen Hurts was like, "That's what I'm talking about." Bob." Do you feel like he was more or less going off because he's telling the coaching staff, "Let me do me. I know what I'm doing. Let me go. Release me, unshackle the chains, and let me play ball." Because I feel like anytime a quarterback does that, especially him, I just feel like he's looking at it like, let me play the game that I know how to play. And I felt like at that instance, Jalen Hurts was basically telling Kevin Patullo, like, look, I know what I'm doing. Let me fix it. I know what I'm
Yeah,
doing. Let me run this. That's what I
It was-
think. So
yeah.
RJ,
I mean,
tell me, is that what it is?
yeah, because you know what I'm saying. Jalen don't get like that. You don't see Jalen like that much. You don't see him like that much. And to me,
Yeah,
he
he
was
don't get
like,
hyped like that.
he don't. And when he did that, I was like, Jaden, like, hey, let me run this. I could, let me take off the shackles, take off the chains, and let me loose. This what can
Right,
happen if you let me loose.
right. That's what I do. I'm gonna hear what RJ from my house says. You can put it in the chat, but we can keep going though.
Yeah, we can put it in the chat when he pop up and say what he got to say when he
Yeah.
answer the question. So how impressive was this offensive ability to control the game without forcing big risks, Duke?
All right. So how impressive was the offense? I mean, the offense was playing stout. Like they were playing very good fundamental ball. You know what I'm saying? Routes was. I'm not gonna say they were elaborate, but they were crispy this game. Everything was more. This game was more polished, and I feel like you can do that with a more. I'm not gonna say subpar team, but I feel like you can do things like that when you're playing a team that's lesser than you. I'm saying you can take risk and you can work on your footwork and all that stuff during the game, and it's in real time. So I'm not gonna say we were risking it because I don't think that Jalen was doing anything that was really risky. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like he was controlling the game the way he should have been controlling the game, calling the audibles, changing the plays the way he should, and making the game fun instead of making it stress free. Like Gotti always says, we were playing to win, not to not lose. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Birds this week. Straight up.
Yeah, because look like yesterday they was having fun out there. That's what it looked like to me. They was
Yeah,
having fun playing the
that's
sport they
right.
love to play and the sport we love to watch. What you think about that, Gotti?
Mm.
I think one of the reasons why we take risks is because of our down and distance situation. So, third and long, second and long, all that stuff like that. But we didn't have a lot of those yesterday. We were 10 for 13 on third down conversions yesterday, right? So, we had weeks where we was like 4 for 12, because we're in those bad situations where, you know, third and 12, everybody knows you're going to pass unless you're probably backed up and you're just running a safe play to punt, right? So it kind of takes away your field position, takes away what your options are. But since we weren't in those situations a lot because of penalties, because of lost yards, it reduced the risk, it reduced the probability or the times that we had to make those risky play calls, like I said, because of the situation. So not putting us in those situations helped us a lot to get away from those risky play calls and potentially cause a turnover or put us in a punting situation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, but like
go
I
ahead.
was saying, when you win on first and second down, the third downs are less stressful.
Yeah, we
So
77%.
we were
Third
winning
down.
on first down. Winning on first down is like a a trendsetter with us. Like before the last 2 games, we wasn't winning on first down. First down, you getting 1 yard. Second down, you getting 2 yards. So now third down, you got to pass. Or like Gotti said, you run the ball just set up for the punt. So yeah, on first down, we were winning on first down.
Yeah, we definitely were. We definitely were. Yesterday was a good day for the offense. Like I said, we were 77% for third down conversions yesterday. I mean, that's a high percentage. 77%. So, which offensive player quietly had the highest impact that won't be in the highlights? Who you think, Gotti?
I would probably say one of the linemen, probably on the left side. Maybe Mailata. He was out there, throwing some blocks. As always, a couple of them didn't get called, but you listen. I happen to, for some reason, all these Dallas Cowboy pages it always ends up on my timeline, trying to get me to follow them. And every time I see one, it's like it's a snippet of the Eagles. The Eagles holding somebody. I see somebody call them the refereegles.
Yeah,
the referees. They call them the refereegles. So somehow they get these clips and these angles that it happens fast in the game, but all they want to do is dissect what the Eagles are doing wrong. But yeah, we got away with a couple again. I mean, we always are, but for it not to be called, hey, it's fine with me. Right side of the line, Steen out there, his name in the penalty
doing
book,
what he do
always, but I mean, definitely can't mention receiving core, the running back core, because those guys are going to show up on the highlights, and they made a difference. I wish Dallas Goedert would have caught that damn touchdown, but because that went against Jalen's numbers. You know what I'm saying? 12 for 15, but that stat doesn't show that Goddard dropped the ball that was right in his hands, and it was a touchdown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, the line did a good job, man. They avoided all those pre-snap penalties that we were getting before. And like I said, I think a lot of that comes from being in those bad down and distance situations. You know what I'm saying? Those stressful situations to where they're so anxious to get out of that rut. They're jumping off sides. So did a better job on the line. So I can say most of the offensive line are those unsung heroes in that regard.
What do you think, Duke?
Right. Quietly, the biggest impact. I mean, quietly.
We got Paul Blaine up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Shout Jim Duggan, man, coming from the top. Hey, Gotti, not Gotti, but meet you up in Alaska right now. You know what I'm saying? Gee, that's where he is right now. So, you know what I'm saying? But quietly, I would think that maybe, maybe the center, maybe, I don't know. I mean, anytime you have people they're scoring, like everyone's gonna be on a highlight. So basically, you're looking at someone who's just playing the role that didn't have any, no problems, no penalties, nothing like that. And Cam Jurgens, you know what I'm saying, he normally gets a penalty or two. I don't think he had one. So, if that's the case, I would say Cam. But I mean, I don't really. Oh shit, got he done? Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? I would say probably Cam had a biggest impact because as far as the run lanes, holding lanes, no holding penalties, stuff like that, controlling the all line. I would say Cam.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I don't know if he had any part of this, but I mean, he's been on a hot block ever since he's been in the organization. But yesterday, it wasn't much saying about your boy KP yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wasn't much being said about Kevin Patullo yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he might be on the highlight. Because he wasn't on the highlight reel, but the execution was good for the awesome. But you look at what you got, Michi over there shaking his head. What's up, Michi?
That won't him. That won't none of him. They won't talk about it because we're trying to phase his ass out. That's what the problem. That's why we're not talking about it. You know what I mean? Out of sight, out of mind. He there, but he's not there, right? And my quiet person is everybody on the left side because that's where damn near all the plays came from that side. The protection on that side was tremendous. You know what I'm saying? Also, I think I heard y'all talking about the offensive line. That's why I'm gonna have to give it to because they gave him the time needed to develop those plays and all of that type of stuff. So if we got to give it to somebody quiet, it's the left side.
He said player. He didn't say line. He said player.
Yeah, I said we can't give it to all of them. I'm gonna give it to one. Hey, the one on the end. Shit, the one. Give me the tackle. The tackle on the end. Yeah.
The one on the end, whoever it was, the one on the end, he get it. Left
Yeah,
side end.
they really had all of them, man. But like I said, that side, because most of the plays ran to that side, to the left side. So you know what I mean, they gave the most time on that side. Ain't shit come from it. They ran out, they held the block, and you know they let off it when they had the block and they had to it, and you know run down the field and do what they got to do. So hey, here's what it is. Let's go. Let's get them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Mrs. Meats fresh on the screen. I'm gonna get us the Meats first. Did the game prove the Eagles can win in multiple ways, not just through explosive plays?
Hey, first and foremost, man, I gotta say, first and foremost, man, piss on everybody but the birds. Hey, I'm gonna tell you that now. Piss on everybody but the birds. Hey, but this question, when I read it, it kind of the reason why I say this is because we always knew that we can win this way. This is why all four of us are so frustrated. This is why everybody in Philly is so frustrated. It's because we know we had these weapons on this team. We knew that we can do this. It shouldn't take a game of, you know, this is what I did. Did y'all like that? Did y'all see what I can do? You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't take that with this amount of firepower we have. So, I mean, to me, it didn't prove nothing. We already knew that we can win multiple ways. We just weren't doing it. We weren't executing.
What'd you say, Gotti?
Yeah, I agree, man. We definitely have all the weapons, man. But it's good to be able to say our running back scored, our tight end scored, and our wide receiver scored. You know what I'm saying? It would have even better if they said if we could say our quarterback scored too, because that'll just make it harder. You know, make everybody know it's harder to stop us when we have all these weapons who can get in the end zone. But to say our tight end had 2 touchdowns, our receiver and a running back. You know, we have those weapons. And it's just like we have them, but we're not. And the biggest problem with everybody when they talk about the Eagles is y'all got all that talent. Y'all got all that talent. Y'all got all that talent. We have so much talent, and we're not able to utilize all of it and those personnel to their ability. Like AJ and Smitty should have 100 yards receiving every game. Barkley should have 100 yards rushing every game. Tight end, he's probably not going to get 100 yards if those two receivers are getting 200 yards combined, but he should at least be in the 70s and 80s per game. 200, that's 270, 280 yards right there passing, 100 yards rushing. We have the talent and the personnel to do that, and we're just not doing it. We're just not doing it. So, but yeah, I mean, we're just proving to people what we should already be doing. We didn't really prove anything. We're just doing what we should be doing. But now we're just kind of proving that we can do it. We should have been doing it.
Yeah, you're right. Everybody knew we got the talent to do it. We just haven't been executing. Like we said, we haven't been doing it. But I mean, what you think, Duke?
I'm agreeing with what everybody said, but I'm just looking at it like this. It ain't proving nothing to the fans. We knew, we knew we could win like this. It ain't proving nothing to the players. The players know because AJ's even said it. We can't win the way we were winning. I think the players proved it to the coaching staffs and the people who are calling the plays and say, these are the things that we should be doing to win games. See, this is what we should be doing. You need to start calling games like this. So to the coaching staffs and the Kevin Batulos in the world and the Nick Siriannis in the world, let us play this game. I know. Let us play this game, and we can do it. So when it's all said and done, it wasn't nothing that you had to prove to us because we knew, players knew. The coaching staff now must see and must know that we can do it like this now. They need to be the ones that to go ahead and take heed to what we're saying and start calling good enough plays to win to beat better football teams. That's what you're right. Doing.
Because go ahead, Meech.
If you look at last year and this year, right? This is why I was so frustrated since like week 2 or 3. I'm gonna say about weeks 3 or 4. This is why I was so frustrated because I put a little. We had one of the questions. Who do you put the blame on? Everybody gave their answer, and then I gave a little bit of the blame to Howie. You know what I mean for not signing Mekhi Becton and all those guys. But if you look at it, we have essentially the same offensive core minus a couple on the line. We added Dylan. We added, we added those guys and stuff like that. We added Tank. So essentially, we shouldn't be running the exact same stuff that we doing last year, right? With the amount of talent. And I know Kellen Moore, you know what I mean? He was Kellen Moore was that guy. He's a different coach now,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But Kellen Moore was that guy because you look at what he did to Dallas. He brought that same type of talent over here. And then you look at the fall off, man. The fall off is what really makes me mad, and how we sit around for so long and we tolerate that crap from Kevin Patullo, and we still keep him on the staff. That's what I mean. There's only two or three people that left from the offensive core from last year.
Yeah. It shouldn't be no difference from last year to this year. I mean, it should be no difference. We should still be dominating like we did before. It should be no difference. But
Mekhi Becton was on the right side, right?
Right, and even the people on the line, they should be coaching them up too. Hey, when Mekhi was over here, I know you're not Mekhi, but this is stuff that was working last year. So do it like this.
But what I was going to say was Mekhi Becton was on the right side, right? So if you're going to tell me Saquon don't have the same success on that right side between the B gap and the B gap and the C gap, if he don't have that same success because that's where Mekhi was at, okay, I can understand that, right? But if he don't have the same success on the whole line, like, come on now, Mekhi won't everywhere. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And I know you got Steen. I know you got Steen out there now and all this type of stuff. So you know, those are some problems we got to fix looking forward as far as Landon Dickerson and all this type of stuff and Jurgens. But shit, come on.
Yeah, it should still be the oil machine still should be running like it did last year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you got one factor that made a difference, and who was that? The coach. He came in and blew everything up. So
all this should have happened was we was a well-oiled machine. You know what I'm saying? The check engine light probably could have came on. We should have week 4, week 3, we should have got some tune up, maintenance done, fire Patullo, and then that machine would have been running again. Check engine light going off, we run it back. That's all it takes.
Right. Full power.
More power,
man.
All
runners forward. Full power.
So, Duke, what stood out most about the defense shutting the pitch out?
Just the level of intensity that we were playing with, you know what I'm saying? The poise that the defense was playing with, everything about, you know, everything. It was like, when I tell you the defense played a complete game, they really and truly did. When I tell you just the amount of passion they were playing with this game, the amount of fun they were having, because you know, you can get soldiers right now in the military. If you put them on a test and put them against another platoon, they're gonna do work. They're going to work better, work harder, and try to do everything they can to make the platoons unhappy. So in this situation, it's like, if you put them out there and they're batting balls down, they're not letting anybody catch balls, they're now having fun instead of they're playing stress-free. And at this point, I feel like our defense was playing stress-free. We don't have no problems. Everything's working. Keep doing what we're doing. That ball got an interception, I think. Let's keep it up. Everything, emotions are high. Ain't no one stressing, and I feel like these are the things that we need to be doing for the rest of the season. Go out there and have fun playing. When you do that, everything works out better.
What do you think, Gotti?
Man, I think one of the things that I think contributed a lot was, you know, the DC, man. Well, I know we talked about, you know, in the pregame about trying to make them one-dimensional. But I mean, we practically made them zero-dimensional. They couldn't do anything. I think they had a total of 110 yards. I think 64 passing, you know, and then the remainder on the ground. Hell, Tanner McKee was averaging more yards than everybody on the field rushing with his one rush for 9 yards. You know what I'm saying? So I just think everything was dialed up. Like I said in the pregame, one of the keys is to put a lot of pressure on Kenny Pickett, in which we did. We got 4 sacks. We had a lot of pressure coming in from the blitz, and a lot of those, like I said, put a lot of pressure on him and have him throw bad passes. And that's what he threw. He threw probably about 5 passes in the dirt that I can think of yesterday. So just, you know, knowing what their offensive weakness was and exploiting it with our defensive strengths is what would help pitch that shutout yesterday.
Mm-hmm. So y'all also we talked about this before, you know, we talked about turnovers and stuff, and we talked about what Zach Bond does when he gets an interception. What does he do?
Curdles the ball, secures the ball, don't try to drive.
That's what he does, forward. You know, because he ain't got to worry about turning the ball over again. He catches the ball and he goes down.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't turning into a running back. He ain't trying to do nothing spectacular. Just catch the ball and go down, like you said.
I think in his head, his number one priority is I keep the ball first. And if there's a possibility that somebody is behind me and might punch it out, I'm going to eliminate that possibility and go to the ground.
Yep.
And that's a respectable thing to do.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't want no hamstring injuries. We don't want no torn ACLs. We don't want none of that. Get down.
Just get down.
Get down.
You see what happened to Homeboy when Homeboy recovered that fumble or that interception or whatever he did, and then it came and got punched right back out, right to Jalen, because he's not used to handling the ball. His big ass should have grabbed it like a whopper and laid his ass down and act like he was about to eat it. But no, it got punched out.
I bet you if he had curly fries, he wouldn't have fumbled him.
Yeah.
He had curly fries that stayed in his hand.
But they holding that thing like a loaf of bread, man. Get secure the ball and get down.
So what about you, Meech? What stood out the most about the shutout?
They played pretty good discipline ball the entire game. You know what I'm saying? We all together, both teams only had 3 penalties. But the defense was playing on all cylinders. Very disciplined, very mature, football. We didn't get out there and get those crazy penalties. People weren't getting burnt. Well, because Kenny wasn't throwing it in the West, so Cooper didn't get burnt this game, you know what I'm saying? But I just disciplined ball all around.
He did have that one penalty that I wasn't happy about. I mean, I don't think that penalty he got, where was it? Personal foul he got when he pushed the boy.
Yeah, Lucky got in his face. Actually, he had a penalty on that anyway, so he had 2.
I don't mind stuff like that.
I don't mind.
Yeah, me neither. I'm cool with that. But my thing is, why is he not getting a taunting?
He should have got the taunting penalty. I thought he should have got.
It's always the second person who gets caught.
Yeah,
it's always the second person who gets caught. But the league, if they determine it's taunting, the league will get them. But the rest don't see everything. But another thing on that, what Meech said, man, how defense and no penalties. That game was over fast as hell.
It was a fast game.
I was like, it's 3:30. The game was over like 3:30.
And the rest of the games was still just going to the fourth quarter. And that was already over.
So I mean, I guess that's a testament for both sides, man. Penalty-free game. Days out there playing football, but Raiders, they just got whooped. I liked it.
What about you, Duke? What's that out about this shutout as far as the defense goes?
I thought I answered it first.
He went first. And then Sally over there drinking. Sally drinking.
Hey, got that.
Moderate
behind him, don't you?
I got to celebrate. Hey, I got to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? I got to celebrate.
That ain't open.
Hey,
How was the open bar?
Bird gang.
Show us the open bar of Mad Dog 2020 up on the computer screen.
So this is more about the Eagles' defense dominance of the Raiders' offensive struggles. So which one is it more about? Their struggles or our dominant defense? Duke.
I mean, the Raiders are offensive struggles. We already knew that. We knew that before the game even started. So, I mean, I would definitely say that it's the Eagles' offensive dominance. Like, again, we didn't think we were going to shut them out to 0 points. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like when it comes to that, it's more about our defensive dominance. I mean, we already know that we know what kind of defense we got. We know how they can execute. We know the level of players that we have on defense, and it should have been that. It should have been that 1 or 2 games within the season. To me, but when it's all said and done, I don't think it was anything about the Raiders' offensive struggles. We all knew they were going to struggle before the game even started, especially with Kenny Small Hands Pickett. So that was like
two gloves Pickett.
Yeah, two glove Pickett.
What do you think, Gotti?
I think it's more about being able to exact our dominance on their struggle, right? So, like, take for example, I thought that the Chargers were going to have some offensive struggles, because homeboy out there with the one hand, but we wasn't able to exploit it. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm like, okay, we should have the upper hand in the game, but we didn't with their offensive struggle. So with this game, I felt like, we knew what our defense could do. We knew where the offense was struggling, but this is our time to, exploit that weakness and then make those adjustments at halftime to keep that pressure going. So I think that one fed on the other. So a little bit of both. But the main thing was everybody knew Kenny Pickett wasn't that dude. Everybody. So I think the main thing was about their offensive struggle. We just took that and exploited it.
What you think, Meech?
Hey, both of them already hit the nail on the head, so I'm not gonna keep beating the dead horse on that one. But I will say that we do need to bring the one dominance up here to the screen, make it to the forefront of the conversation, and that's Gotti's dominance over alcohol. Tell me how many months it's been. How many months it's been, Gotti?
It'd be in 2 weeks. It'd be 2 years.
2 years. 24 months.
Oh, man.
24 months.
Oh, where is it? Where is it? Wait a minute.
I knew it was coming up. That's why I wanted to hit him right now. I don't know.
There we go.
I don't know if we gonna hit him before that. Hey, so that's exacting dominance over the alcohol, man. Because I'm at what 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? And he had 24 months. He had 24 months, baby. You gotta crawl before you walk. You know what I'm saying? You gotta crawl before you walk, man.
I gotta make something clear. I stopped drinking. It started as like a 30-day challenge at the beginning of the year.
Dry January.
And then it just kept going. Because every time somebody asks me, I tell somebody I don't drink, they're like, did something happen? I'm like, no.
I know, right?
No, nothing happened. I didn't get no DUI. Ain't nobody take advantage of me at a party or nothing like that. Yeah. I just stopped. And I was just like, I'm just gonna see how long I can go. And it's been 2 years. I'll drink some non-alcoholic beer or something like that, but nothing happened.
Hey, shout out to Gotty. I would tell for all those viewers out there and those fans out there, hey, listen. If you go to Gotty crib, you won't be able to tell. You won't be able to tell if you go to the crib.
Not at all. Not at all.
On them, he got it lined up down there. He got it lined up.
I keep it stocked. I don't care if anybody come over and drink. I don't care about none of all that. You can come over here, you drink all you want. It's fine. It's just something that I decided to do. See how long I can go. Am I done forever? I don't know. But right now, it's been 2 years and I'm good. So
I only thing I gotta say, man, is at first I didn't know how to take it because. Me, I'm a pretty dominant guy. I'm a straightforward. I don't like quitters, so I thought he was a quitter, and I didn't know how to take it. I didn't like quitters, but then I said, "No, he's doing something good. He's doing something good."
Yeah. Hey, I remember like way back when, I was at a New Year's party, whatever. And I had my last beer, and I was like, you know what? I only drink when I'm around my homeboys, and I'm not really around them like that. So I don't really think I need to do that. So I just stopped. And then one day, Gotti, I came down to Atlanta, and Gotti was like, "Dude, like you start drinking?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, okay." And he kind of like sat back. He said, "So why you start drinking?" I was like, "Honestly, man, like I don't drink a lot. The only time I do is when I'm around y'all." Now understand this though. I never could really hold my own like that when it came to drinking, up until I made it to Korea. Then I was stomping with the big dogs, okay? But I was in no way, shape, or form close to being able to hang with Gotti. And it was known, if there is something going on and this alcohol there, Gotti is about to get shit-faced, okay? He's about to get shit-faced. And when he doesn't, I'm like, man, I like that. That's good. Like, it's good that they don't do that no more. That's good. Because at least I feel like now, like when he's doing stuff, like he's actually having fun instead of just drinking.
Alcohol making him have
I feel like he's having fun.
I was like Denzel in Flight. Hey, they asked me about formation. First time drunk in formation. Yeah, I was drunk yesterday. I'm drunk right now. I'm drunk right now.
And I drink in excess.
Boy, I remember them days. Hey, them Army days. I remember one time I was standing in front of the formation. I was about to do my salute, my report. I did that fucking about face. I did that Michael Jackson spit on their ass. I did like 4 times.
Yeah, man.
Hey. But that's good. Hey, shout out to Gotti, man. You know what I'm saying? Gotti doing this thing out there.
Definitely.
When I alcohol. So who made it, as far as defenders go, who made the strongest case for being the tone setter in this game? Meech?
Man, you got to look at, the body of work, BG with the 2 sacks, that was good. But I'm gonna have to say Nakobe Dean, man. He had the 8 tackles, 5 of them solos, He was doing his thing consistent throughout the entire game. I'm gonna get it to him.
Hey, Jacoby been doing this thing for the last few games. He's been doing his thing. What you think, Duke?
I mean, Dean was doing this thing, but I feel like when it comes to tone setting, like setting the tone to the game, I just feel like it's got to go to the person who's has the ball the most, who's makes all decisions on the board. I just feel like Jalen, last game he was tone setter. He set it up, made everything right, made all the right plays, all the right leads, everything.
Yeah, he my favorite defensive player too.
He my favorite defender.
Oh, defender.
He's
Defender.
drunk right now. He's
my
drunk
bad.
right now.
He's drunk right now.
Hey, y'all. No, I'm drunk off Kool-Aid. Okay, my biggest weakness is sugar. That's my biggest weakness. No, defender. I mean, no, Kobe Dean. He did his thing. I will say that. You know what I'm saying? Kobe, he did. He came in there, made a couple plays. And y'all know I'm not big. I'm not too big on the Kobe. So for me to say that is one thing. So yeah, definitely Kobe Dean.
What do you think, Gotti?
Yeah, so Meech stole both of my guys. In the pregame, I said we need to make sure they dial the blitzes up with Nakobe, cause some disruption there, which he did. And then I'm not sure if y'all know, BG is back, but y'all do know he's playing the tackle position where Jalen Carter is playing at.
Yep.
So he's not even playing his position, and he got 2 sacks yesterday.
Yep.
So I definitely want to give a big ups to him. I mean, I know. With defense as a pass rusher tackle, it's not as much of a contrast as like playing guard and tackle on offense. Defense, hey, you see a guy there, you try to run him over, get the quarterback. So it's not a big of a disparity as it is in offense, but still, if you ever see Jalen Carter play or you look at some highlights or whatever, he's reading the offensive line and he can dissect the play from how the offensive line is standing, how they leaning. It's like, hey, he's leaning,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's down there making tackles for losses. So it's not a position where you're gonna go in there and just be dominant just because you're a good edge rusher. You know what I'm saying? So to go down there and get two sacks in one game, being who you are too, being BG, I think that was a big ups to him, man. So I do think that was a big tone. I mean, he didn't set the tone with it, but I think that was a good way to keep everything going.
Yeah, and I would say as far as the defense, they've been playing, even though Carter's been out, they've been still playing some good deep. The line's still been holding up, even though he's been missing in the lineup. So shout out to BG. BG got 2 sacks yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Came out of retirement.
Right.
I don't know if everybody come out of retirement. What's going on? They call up people up out of retirement to come back and play. But hey,
and BG, hey, if you ever want to come on the show, BG, hey, just hit us up, man. We ain't hard to find. Okay, we ain't hard to find. Just come on to the show, just hit us up and let us know what's going on. We right here. We ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be right there with you pretty soon. So, you know what I'm saying? If you want to hurry and get in now, you know what I'm saying? So we can get this thing running, hey, we good to go. You know what I'm saying? So, come on.
Talking about the defense, how good is it for the shutout? How good is it for the confidence of our defenders moving forward, Duke?
All right, now, moving forward, things the confidence. These things are things that should have been addressed weeks ago, months ago. All the things that we did the last game are things that we know we could be doing. These are the things that not missing no tackles. Like, why are we out here missing tackles, y'all? Why are we out here whiffing on wide open, one-on-one? Y'all do these drills every week. So how are we out here whiffing on tackles all season? Now this season, we're not giving up no tackles. I feel like those fundamentals are things that we worked on prior to the week, and those things were like headstones and like markers and things that the defensive coordinators, I'm quite sure Michi talked about in practice. So these are the things that we taught that should have been going on months ago. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you build confidence. So I feel like this game definitely put some confidence in us, even though it's like, again, it's a lesser tier team, but I do feel like, the defense as a whole has had a supreme uplift in confidence when it comes to the defense.
What do you think, Mitch?
Hey, so I get the whole narrative of, it's the Raiders. It's only the Raiders. It's only the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
They are an NFL professional team as well. I get that. But mind you, this is the same defense that was up 21 points and let the Cowboys come back. You know what I'm saying? This is the same defensive of team and same defensive scheme that let the Chicago Bears run for almost 300 yards, right? It's the same thing, the same team that let the Chargers come back and blow us out at the end. You know what I'm saying? It's that same team. So yes, it's the Raiders, but I want to see us do this in 2 weeks, not next week, the 2 weeks against the Bills. That's going to be the test going into the postseason, is how we look, how this defensive unit looks going against some of the top premier teams, right? We can't play the Rams again. I think we're going to see them in the NFC Championship. We can't play those guys again, but I want to be ready for those guys. I want to be ready. Mahomes is out this year, so I want to be ready to play the Bills in the Super Bowl this year. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever it takes. I want to see how far it's going to take us moving forward. So yeah, it's a little pick me up, you know what I'm saying? But this is the same team that, you know what I mean, we just let Dallas run, you know what I mean, more than 21 points, unanswered points on us. You know what I'm saying? 300 yards rushing against the Bears. Come on now. I need a little bit more. I need to see a little bit more.
I got you. What about you think, Gotti?
It's kind of a bittersweet for me. I kind of wish the Raiders scored yesterday, right? Sounds kind of strange, right? But what is the coach harping on this week to the defense about last week? Nothing, right? They played an excellent game. You know, the coach isn't sitting down in the film room saying we should have did this, you got to work on that. And it kind of, you know, it's a little mental thing to where you're not working as hard this week to overcome your shortcomings from last week because they didn't have any. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of wish there was something that happened to where the coach has to say, hey, we got to work on this. You know, we got to do this a little bit better. You know, we tackled everybody who got the ball. You know, we knocked down almost every pass. We intercepted the ball. We get the sacks. They did almost everything perfect. And you go in there with nothing for the coach to bash your head into another game. And I kind of wish that they just had something to, you know, just something to get on them with so they can be like, all right, we got to pick this up a little bit for this week. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to go in there.
Meech's gonna come up with something. He's gonna come up with something.
I don't want them to go in there. I don't want them to go in there thinking that they
I feel like I know what he's going to say, but
I don't want them to go in there thinking they perfect.
Meech's gonna come up with something for them guys. He gonna, hey,
and I don't care. This too late because Meechie already went. Next question.
Meechie gonna say something to them guys. He gonna come up with
something to work on.
It always is. Always something to work on. So even though talking about that real quick, you know, for all these fans out here, you know, me said something about Gotti, you know, early in the season, like our first or second podcast, we had bold predictions. Predictions, you know, and Gotti predicted early in the season, before the season started, that KC wasn't gonna make the playoffs.
You guys right. There wasn't even no
prediction. He predicted that before the season started, and look what happened. They made.
And if you don't believe us, go to our shorts and see it. It's right there. First short you see.
Not only did that not make the playoffs, but then your boy Mahomes tore his ACL. I mean, so all that came to fruition for Gotti yesterday when Kansas City went out.
So I know what I'm talking about.
You know what he's talking about. So what kind of this momentum from the 31-0 shutout? We got momentum now. How's this going to head up until our next matchup, Beach?
Hey, so what they was talking about with this defense, man. I like to dial this defense in, right? Because I want it to be where I ain't got nothing to work on for the next week because playoff time is one and done. You see what I'm saying? So I want not having nothing to talk about and all this stuff. I don't want them to score nothing. I don't want them to score. I don't want them to win the coin toss. I don't want them to win nothing. You hear me? I want to win nothing. But look at this. Some people, you know, they had them defense and the offenses, you know what I mean? They practice till they get it right. I practice till we can't get it wrong. You hear me? That's how we run this defense now. I practice till we can't get it wrong. That's how we do it. That's what we gonna do going into the postseason. Let's go. Yeah. Some people practice till they get it right. I practice till we can't get it wrong. Let's go.
So as we're about to do about this momentum we got, how's that going for our next matchup? I was gonna play into our
I
next
mean,
matchup.
I think a 31-0 win is great. You know, kudos to the team, kudos to the defense. But you know, the next game is the next game, and we're not playing them. You know what I'm saying? So it clap it up for last week. But like Bill Belichick says, we're on to the Commanders. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at them. So, you know, it's a great win. I'm not saying it doesn't give us a little bit of momentum, but I do feel like it does have it gives us a little bit of momentum. Just a tad bit, not a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? It's like you said earlier, Gotti, I get it, you know what I'm saying? You want things to work on, and there's always something you can work on. You know, like you can improve your fighting position until it's a goddamn mansion. But I mean, how much preparation do you need now? You know what I'm saying? So in this situation, I feel like it gives us a little bit of momentum because it gives us a heightened level. It gives us a slight spark. But I don't think we ain't gonna burn down the force, something like that. Not with that game.
Yeah, and I mean, like we said before, I mean, it's 31-0 against the Raiders, but hey, this was more, I think, of a morale boost for those guys. You know what I'm saying? This is a morale booster coming into those next 3 games. This is a morale boost for those guys. You know, like, hey, because I was, I'll be reading stuff, on the pod, on whatever media and all this, and I was, on one of those Eagles chats or whatever. They were talking about, clapping for the offense when they came out just to give these guys a boost. You know what I'm saying? They were talking about a standing ovation because these guys have lost 3 straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes I think this, like I said, this was more of a morale boost, letting these guys know, bringing their confidence back up because they just lost 3 straight. This type of game, think what it was, and it's good.
We do get momentum though, right?
Yeah,
the only momentum I'm gonna say. Now go ahead, Gotti. In case Gotti says, in case Gotti see the same thing.
Yeah, you didn't already had your turn.
Yeah, wait, Gotti. I forgot he didn't say.
Go ahead, guys. What you got?
Yeah, I think it gives us momentum going to the next game, but I definitely don't want them to look at the Raiders' record, look at Washington's record, and think we're going to be playing the same team. So, but I do like the fact that they can sit back and say, hey, like say for Chicago ran all over us, but the secondary did okay. So I don't want. So it's good for them to be able to say, hey, we stopped the pass, and we stopped the run. You know what I'm saying? Collectively, from whatever communication you did with the players, from whatever communication adjustments that happened with the coaches and the OCs, and let's keep this going to the next game. But Marcus Mariota is definitely not no Kenny Pickett. So we got to make sure we keep that same intensity, keep everything up at a high level when we go into Washington.
Right.
You got something else you want to say, Meech?
So I'm gonna say this go give us the momentum to go in there. A combination of what God has said is to go into DC, right, or go into Landover, where you ever want to call it. And I want to beat them. Therefore, twofold. We wrap up the division championship. You know what I'm saying? We're first repeat champion in 21 years. We wrap that up, right? And then that also gives us the ability to pump off the brakes a little bit because we know we can't be the number 1 seed, right? It is not going to go through Lincoln Financial this year, right? We got that. So I want this to give us that momentum to go in there, tighten up the Commanders, get that secure the playoff spot, you know what I'm saying? Then we can back off a little bit, depending on how we need to do, rest up the players, you know what I mean, a little bit before we go into the postseason, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying just sit them both games, but rest them up a little bit, see where it goes, you know what I'm saying? And then go from there. That's the only momentum I'm going to say this game gives us.
Yeah, and we definitely want that. We want to go ahead and knock that one win out we need.
Yeah,
this next win, get that real quick so we can, like Michi said, we can rest our players, do whatever we want to do, work on some other stuff. But I don't want to take this shit down to the wire. You know what I'm saying? The last game, the Commanders is going to decide whether we win it or not. I don't want to do that. I want to just go ahead and knock it out now.
Yep.
And be done with it.
Now y'all see why I said the Chargers and the Raiders games were detrimental. Simple. We don't want to make it down to the last 2 games.
Well, it's the same reason I say every year that every game is detrimental. Shit, every game. There is no let no game go by. Every game, man. Shit, you never know. You never know. But we had four major players this week go out with torn ACLs, man. You never know. You know what I'm saying? So every game, I don't care. I even said it the last time. Preseason games are detrimental to me. Anytime you step on the field. I'm telling you, anytime you step on the field, I want to win. It ain't
Parsons and Mahomes had ACLs.
Who?
Who else besides Parsons and Mahomes?
Damn.
It was
I seen it.
the guy from the was it the Lions? Now, y'all, that was a good question. I knew him before I said it.
I know. I watched it earlier today. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't think.
I know Thornton got concussion. Well, I ain't worried about them anyway. So
I know Adams got a hammy. Adams got a hammy.
Adams hammy.
Hammy.
Yep, it'll hit me.
It was one other person. I can't think of the name.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up because I damn sure knew it before I said it.
all right. Hey, that's
Shout out, real quick.
Is that one of them stats that was made up on the spot?
Oh no, sir.
Hey, one more quick shout out. Shout out to the Vikings right there. Shout out to the Vikings.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah,
Shout out
for
to
sure.
the Vikings.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the Vikings. Wait for me to pull it up to see who we got.
Teddy Buchanan, the Ravens linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's who is it? It's one more. Teddy, Patrick, Micah, and hold on now. Was it 3 or 4?
Mahomes, ACL. Parsons, ACL. Christian Watson. Recovering from a torn ACL.
He recovered. Was 3. Goddamn it, 3 up. 3 up went down. So the point I'm trying to make is you never know, you know what I'm saying, where you may fall into this thing with Micah Parsons. Now you got to worry about your whole defense, you know what I mean, out of whack at the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? And you worried about these games and stuff like that. That's why I say every game I want to win. You know what I mean? I know you can't do that every season, but there is no game you will ever hear me say we can lose this game. Fuck.
No,
I'm not worried about that. I want to dominate. I know every
Okay.
game ain't dominated by 30 points, but you know, I want at least 1 point at the end when the clock stops.
So what do we do? What do we do once we lock up the division as far as players?
So as players, I want to see. So what I would do if I'm running the offense is I want, you know, you keep your starters in, you know what I mean, to get that continuity and keep them loose. But I want to see the backups a little bit more just in case something happens towards the end of the season or in the playoffs. You got somebody you can run in there and do whatever they got to do, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So we're not worried about if AJ goes down with a hamstring, all hell's gonna break loose. Now, you see what I'm saying? We can shift Dotson over there to that side. You know, we're gonna make Smitty the number 1, make Dotson the number 2. Whoever we're gonna put in that corner, that slot over there, you know what I'm saying? They doing it, whatever they gotta do, and shift it. If just like last year when Goddard went down, you know what I'm saying? Cal Katerra was coming in, doing the stuff like that. That's what I want to see us doing with the at the second half of the Bills games and damn near the second, third, and fourth quarter of the second Washington game.
Yep, get them bums out of there.
Yeah, no matter what the score is with the Bills, you know what I mean? Yeah, we want to win and all this type of stuff, but that's what I want to see us getting ready for the postseason because we can't get the number 1 slot.
Yeah,
no.
As long as we got the East sold up, that's all I care about. We got the East sold up. They could, just sold the East. Okay.
Yep.
You know the time is we a little bit over. We're a little bit over. So what you got for the people before we get off?
Commentary.
What you got for these people before we get off? What you got for the fans?
Hey, like I'm gonna start saying at the end of every show, thy shall be bludgeoned, not bruised, man. Anytime we play somebody, I want them bludgeoned. I want them bleeding from the head. Don't bruise up, don't get that knot. I want you bleeding. I want you bleeding from that speed knot. That's what I want. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Hey, go Birds. We going all. I want to say we going all the way, but I ain't sure. But we gonna try to go all the way.
What you got for me?
Hey, peace, love, and hair grease, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And let me tell you one thing, man. Piss on everybody but the birds.
Hey.
Now, one more thing, though. Just FYI, next show, we're going to have a special guest. Special guest is Ellison. Ellison, he's a Commanders fan, diehard Commanders fan, good guy. But when he gets on this show, do not, and I say again, do not let up. He came up on another show talking a whole bunch of mess, talking about how he can't wait to get at people. Oh, yeah. And it ain't gonna be on Saturday. It's gonna be on Thursday because we play Saturday. So we're playing Thursday at 8:00. Thursday at 8. Be there, be square.
They got
Thy shall be bludgeoned, not bruised.
Name already. They got the E by their name.
Thy shall be bludgeoned, not bruised. That's right.
They already eliminated. You know what I'm saying? So.
They don't be the games, they don't care. They come out, they trying to hurt ankles and knees and all that stuff.
That's right.
Mellow on the beat.